Hey guys! So I'm making a little video to try to go over all these amazing questions that have been coming through, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to get through all of them, and I'm just going to give you perspective as I experience that perspective, but it's pretty cool to remember we live in an infinite universe, so there's not just one answer to every question, and oftentimes the answer has to be a vibrational experience. So we experience an answer to the question and then it vibrationally alters us. So the vibrational alteration creates an experience, okay? So is there a right answer or a wrong answer? There's only an experience of that answer, an exploration to what does that answer mean to me and how do I want to go forward with the development of my own journey exploring the infinite universe, love and chaos, or however you want to look at it. So I don't even know where to begin because I made a document with a bunch of questions in it, and I'm just gonna start here from whatever comes first and here. I hope you guys are doing well, by the way. The energy shifts right now are pretty tough, and Jamie, you're going through a hardship, aren't you? And you need a hug, so I'm gonna give you a hug right now. That's interesting because there's things are coming up to the surface, right? So that could be physical ailments coming to the surface, and now we have to explore who am I and how do I live my life now, So it's brand new learning, and brand new learning can hit us in the face and be very hard. I know another person who just found out they have brain cancer. Somebody I know closely. Another person that I know very closely, their eyes just stopped working, and they are now having to get a shot in the eye once a month in order to, there's some sort of cancerous development, but the shot seems to help. So it's just like, what the heck? So is stuff coming up to the surface, and we're having to explore who am I? And we're having to explore health. We're having to explore, all kinds of things. So, and I will say, right now I've been talking a lot to Archangel Raziel, Archangel Raziel is just sort of like this quiet archangel that just hangs out like a wallflower, and you never really notice he's there, but he's always there. And that's how I experience him anyway. And he's like he would never, it's sort of like he doesn't go out of his way to be noticed. If you want to notice him and talk to him, then you can, kind of thing is his style. But because he's so strange, I really like his style, because strange things inspire me to explore feeling different, like that strange energy that I'm unfamiliar with. I like working with strange energy so I can kind of discover myself in new ways. Maybe he's kind of he feels soft-spoken or more kind of distant, but he's really awesome. Anyway, I've been talking to him a lot, and he's reminding me that everything in life is actually in perfect balance, and he talks very slowly about it. Abby, everything in life is perfect. It's perfectly in balance. And your heart is so happy right now. And Abby, relax. You don't have to save the world overnight. It's okay to just take it easy and take a nice deep breath and experience love. Experience how surrounded by love that you are. And there's no responsibilities. There actually is no such thing as a responsibility. You're not attached to having to do anything today. You can just relax and enjoy breathing today. Why don't you do that? That's how he's been talking to me. And when he talks to me like this, it's like, wow, I didn't even realize how wound tight that I can get in my experience of life. Overthinking, overfeeling, trying to solve the problems, trying to figure out how I'm going to do all these different, manifest all these different ideas. I haven't even been able to do any more writing on my attunement book, and that's like a disappointment because I was really excited about that. So it's like these ideas get put on hold, and and it's like, man, I feel like I can never get enough done, and I get wound tight. So when he talks to me like this, it's like, wow, you're right. I can relax now. And I think there's something to this message that we can all benefit from, right? We all need to be reminded that everything is perfect just as it is right now. And we don't have to have all the answers. We don't have to save the world overnight. We don't have to have it all figured out today. We just allow the experiences to unravel and learn from them. And that's it. It makes life so much easier, doesn't it? Anyway, life as a human being is not an easy thing. It's you think you're going with the flow, and then you don't realize that you were getting wound up about this, that, and the other thing, and then you relax that part of yourself. You're going with the flow again, but now you're kind of emotionally vulnerable because this new thing happened. You have no idea how to deal with it, or your car broke down, and I don't have the money, or crap, it's Christmas and I'm broke, or it's like life keeps moving, and we never get to just stand still. And that like a lot of the time as a human being, it's like, can't I just stand still? Just stop. Just time and life and events and everything just stop for just let me just stand still. That doesn't work because the amazing universe is always turning, just like you and me and like everybody. And like the earth as well is turning. So, okay. Got a lot to talk about here. All right. So I went kind of back further. Because Joe and I don't think we're going to be able to make another video together before I leave town. And so I wanted to talk about some of these questions. All right, so Jamie, you had a question. You're at the top of my list, and I'm going to make a separate video on this question, mainly because it's how to do journeys, and I think that's going to be really good for like a psychic development group question. So I will be making you a one-of-a-kind video, okay, to answer that one. So I'm just you were the first person on my list, just so you know. Okay, so this one is, I'd like to know if spirit guides have ever tried to contact a person who is not aware of their existence. Spirit guides are always trying to contact us all the time. Because the funny thing about spirit guides is they're not like separate entities. We think that they are. They feel like they are. Our higher self feels like it's a separate entity from us, but they're part of us. So they're like part of our personalities and helping us through challenging parts of our lives, or like, I am developing a book right now. So I can integrate in a spirit guide consciousness into what I'm doing to say, this is a really great way to articulate those feelings. These are really good word choices, and to everything having to do with writing. Impatience, frustration, can't think of any ideas. How do I even begin to say this? Writing can be complicated. So you can have a spirit guide integrate in just specifically for that purpose. Psychic development, just for that purpose. I can't find things. So you can even integrate in a little helper. I swear to God, I have a little helper who whenever I need to, it seems way too complex for my brain at this moment. Like, how am I going to do this? And then instantly I get an idea and it's like, oh, that's really clever. Thank you. And it's the most simplest thing. Like, man, I'm hungry and I just don't have enough time. And then it's just like, we'll just, pour some cereal into a bowl and bring the milk and then just go. And it's like, so I don't have to eat here? I could just take it with me? So I could just leave now? Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that. It's like something dumb like that, But there's like an assigned spirit guide. I have no idea who it is. But it's just like, bam, an idea pops in my head, and it's so simple and stupid. But at the time, I'm just like too wound up and I gotta go, or whatever. I can't even think. So somehow that spirit guide just manifests an idea, and it's like the most cleverest and most stupid idea, but it's like so clever at the time. It's like, yeah, that's a spirit guide right there. Spirit guides are all parts of us, like our personality. Have you ever had a moment where you just said the right thing? And it was one of those funny moments, like you're talking in a group of people and you just say the most like awesome thing ever. And it's just like funny and everybody just starts laughing and you're like, I'm awesome right now because I just said something really funny. That was an inspiration, that's coming from somewhere. We like to think as ourselves as individuals, and there's nobody else. It's like they're out there and I am me, and my personality is my personality, and my gifts are my gifts, and this, and then they just inspire ideas. Well, they're kind of intermixed with all that you are, all that I am. Like, we're all connected. So you'll have inspiring moments, and those are spirit guide inspirations that are helping to get you connected. They could be coming from your higher self too. They could be coming from anywhere, but remember, we're all part of each other, but they're really specialized energy frequencies, really helping you, and they can help you your entire life with something. You know, let's say you're pregnant and now you're going to become a parent, so you can have a spirit guide specifically helping you with your role as a mother or a father, specifically that the rest of your life. You could have a spirit guide that's specifically helping you with, you know, something for the entire rest of your life, or it could just be a spirit guide that just kind of comes in and comes, you know, comes and goes, that kind of thing. So spirit guides are pretty neat. And they're always trying to get your attention, whether you're aware of them or not. So I guess it's up to you to decide if you want to be aware. Then how do you become aware? The little things where you just get a really great idea, that's a spirit guide. Spirit guides are high vibrational. You can have a really bad idea. That also can be another spiritual inspiration, influence, right? like an influence you to do something that would be not yourself. So how did that get in there? How did that influence get in there? You know what? You're open to every idea possible in that moment, and sometimes you're open to even the negative ideas. So there's always a spirit that's ready to interact with you if you want that interaction. So bad guys can also be spirit guides too if you want them to be. But they're going to take you down the road of challenge, okay? And some spirit guides are going to take you down the road of challenge in order to teach you how to be courageous. Or maybe you're wanting a role to help people with drug addiction. So you need a spirit guide that's going to help you through going through your own drug addiction experience. And then that spirit guide is basically going to take you on the pathway of hell, right? Personal hell, but it's going to help you through it as well. So you can get to the other side, and then now once you conquer it, that spirit guide has helped you with this role, and now you're able to help other people on that same pathway. So spirit guides can appear to be really bad influences, but they're actually really good influences. So there really is no such thing as good or bad. There's only what is that I want to experience, and how am I conquering that experience, and who can I work with energetically to get there, kind of thing. So that's just a little bit about spirit guides. Let me see here. Okay, so all right, this is actually funny. So I think just like you in the way. So spirit guides. So I'd like to know if spirit guides always have the same ethnicity as the humans they're connected with. I would find it humorous if a black or white racist could be unknowingly connected with a guide who is from their enemy race. You know, I love that. I love those types of phenomenons. Joe and I talked about this question too, and oftentimes a spirit guide is going to be something you resonate with. And so a spirit guide can be any form. Like it could be I could have, like, for instance, my spirit guide that was a snake. You know, it's like as I raise my vibration, as I develop and grow, my spirit guides shift and change their appearance. So at first I knew I had a spirit guide that was a snake. This snake started to transform into what was like a snake woman. And then the snake woman, I started to feel like it was a snake goddess, and I started to call her Mother Snake for some reason. She was Mother Snake. And then this Mother Snake started to transform into my higher self, and I started to discover that this was me all along. And that higher self, like, so my higher self is shifting and changing as I continue to raise my own vibration. I'm experiencing my higher self in new ways. So my higher self could just be a snake. It could be a snake woman. It could be a snake goddess. It could be a mother snake. It could be, you know. So here you could be, let's say you're a racist person, whichever, you know, maybe, I don't know. There's all kinds of different racisms out there. I mean, I don't even like talking about it. It just irritates me. Like, well, can't we just love each other already? So let's just say, you know, you don't like white people. You hate white people, and you only like to work with, you know, other races. So you like Native Americans, you like Africans, you like Asians, but you just cannot stand white people with all your heart and soul. And so you might resonate with having a spirit guide that's also influencing your experience. So that influence It depends on what you want to work with. If you're wanting to break the mold, now your spirit guide's going to transform into a white, sort of a white looking spirit guide, because you're wanting to break the mold. So you need to work on what it is you're afraid of. So you could have a spirit guide that's a reflection of your hurt, of your anger, of your fear, in order to help you face that. And that could also be your higher self as well, right? But you could also be working with some really negative, spirit guides that are helping you with the negative experience of working on hate and fear and resistance of loving that which is different from yourself. So they might look like, wise African tribal shaman and all this other stuff, but where's their heart at? Where's the intention of their heart is also helping you with the intention within your own heart. So oftentimes, spirit guides, like some people, for instance, are really afraid, like if you go out into like the conspiracy theory zones where you're going to come across, like a lot of people are afraid of reptilians or reptilian shapeshifters and feel like the whole world is, imprisoned and the reptilians are controlling us. And they're terrified of this idea, okay? Absolutely terrified. What if now, do you think that they're going to have a spirit guide that's reptilian? Or that chooses to look reptilian? That would be really terrifying for them to, if they're not ready for that yet. And if they're learning about love and they're full of fear, they have to work their way into a place where they're ready to face that side of themselves, all right? So your spirit guides are going to help you work through what you need to work through in the time. They're not just going to be like, bam, I'm a scary reptilian, I'm going to kill you, but I'm your spirit guide and I love you. It's like, not everybody's ready for that yet, and it just depends on where the soul's at. So when I find out, like, over time, that my soul is so infinite and that I have experiences as reptilian alien beings. I have experiences as reptiles, animals, right? I have experiences as horses and gray alien beings and all this other consciousness. And once you start to realize that, wow, I'm connected to literally every single thing in an infinite universe, like it's mind-blowing. And you start to say, what can I do to love myself more? Love the parts of me that I'm afraid of out there, but really I've also participated in being the fear that I'm afraid of right now. So it's fascinating, right? So this is actually turning into a long message. And so let me see. I'm going to stop here because I think it's kind of cool to talk a little bit about spirit guides and just the energies right now, and see if I can make one more video on just a few more questions. By the way, you guys are awesome, and I've really enjoyed the questions that you've shared, and I'm having a lot of fun right now answering them. Okay, so let me get to the next ones.